Hello, guys. Good morning. It's Martin Luther King Day, and we're going live. God bless you to each and every one of you. Hello, guys. Good morning. Mute my double self here. Woohoo! It's another day to praise the Lord. We're awake. We got another day, another week, a new, fresh start. I'm happy to be with everybody today. Let's see. All right, we're also live on Instagram. We're doing it, guys. Let's do this. It's Monday. It's Martin Luther King Day. Okay. So I know the kids got off of school, but what about us adults, right? Most of us are still working, okay? To me, another day, another dollar. No big deal. I will tell you though, Martin Luther King is a huge hero for me. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Eartha. Any school where they had to say who was your hero, I always chose Martin Luther King, okay? And the reason why is because I just love what he did for our world. He was somebody that followed after his dream with great opposition. Okay. And we can learn so much from him because, good morning, ladies. Just like us, when we are following after our dreams, right? Guess what comes against us? Great opposition. Okay. And I think it's just a component of following after your dreams and doing something that is not in line with everyone else, right? So, us as realtors, us as entrepreneurs, guess what? We can just say the heck with it and we can just go get a job, right? Nicole's live on here. We actually joke around sometimes and say, like, well, let's go have a competition who can get the highest paying job, right? Because that's a skill. You could just go get a job, but going and getting a job means you're letting go of your dream, right? And when you're an entrepreneur, you want your freedom, you want to be your own boss, you want to create as much money as possible, right? So if we go and get a job, well, we're capped, right? Maybe, oh, 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year, whatever it is, you're capped. But in real estate, there's no cap, right? So we can make 50,000 one year, we can make 100,000 the next year, we can make 150 the next year, we can make 200, 250, 300. I mean, guys, it's crazy. The better you get at this business, the more money you can generate. And you can't do that at a regular job, right? Oh my, get a promotion. You got a couple dollars an hour. Congratulations, but in this business, we can reach higher, we can do more. But just like Martin Luther King, obviously, entrepreneurship probably is nothing to the capacity of the dream that he followed, which is setting our freedom. He was just set us all free, made everyone realize that we all have the same blood. We're all the same people. We're God's children. We're all the same, no matter our skin color. And it's crazy in 2026 to think back. Like my daughter, when I explained to her about Martin Luther King, she can't even comprehend that, Like it's such a ludicrous thought that at one point our society was so small minded. And, so I'm thankful for Martin Luther King. I love Martin Luther King. I don't know if you guys could see it in the, but you see that picture next to my TV? Who is it? Martin Luther King. Because I do admire him and I really I love Martin Luther King. So Martin Luther King, we're celebrating you today and we're making some cold calls, okay? So today, just a reminder of what are we doing here. Is this is a new initiative that I'm popping off for 2026. I want to be able to align with other realtors that are saying to themselves, I am not only going to survive 2026, I'm going to dominate 2026. We talked about this a little bit last week, but there's a parting of the Red Seas right now, okay? There's the haves and the have nots. You're hearing about realtors that are having the best years they've ever had in their entire life. They've made as most money they've ever made in their entire life. And then you've got realtors on the other side that are dropping out and they're getting jobs. They're giving up on their dreams, okay? And so I want to be with the group that is dominating, that is not only surviving, but dominating, because we are actually going to be taking market share, guys, as more realtors are dropping out. Guess the ones that are going to be not only surviving, but dominating, guys. And this is like a new world order in realtors, okay? So for us, if you're connected with me, if you're watching this right now, if you're on my live stream, Lydia, good morning. Today, good morning. If you're watching this right now, it's because you're interested in probate real estate. You're working in probate real estate. And that's why our niche is recession proof, right? In the good times, guess what? We're making a lot of money. And in the bad times, we're still making a lot of money because death doesn't stop, guys, right? Every single day. In fact, this week, I got a lot of leads. Kind of weird in probate. Kind of weird, okay? When you're like, well, I got a lot of leads this week. A lot of people went home with the Lord. There was a big bus that left a couple weeks ago, okay? And those are going to be today. We're actually going to cold call together live, cold calling leads together live, okay? So I hope I'm able to book an appointment. And you know what I just realized? I can't do this on Instagram. Sorry, guys, because until I get another phone going on here, if you really want to see me cold call live, you're gonna have to switch over to YouTube. I am live on YouTube, and I will be using my phone to cold call. So sorry, guys, I'll have to get off of Instagram here in a minute. But real quick, before we get started and actually making calls, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about cold calling today, okay? So if you've never cold called before, one thing that I think would be, even if you're a cold caller, period, something that has been like a blankie for me as being a cold caller most of my life, okay? Before probate leads, I was cold calling, circle prospecting. I've done, for sale by owners, expireds, all the typical realtor stuff. But the book that literally wrapped around me like a blankie that made me really develop my skill, I've read it multiple times, is Fanatical Prospecting, okay, by Jed Blunt. So if you've got to get some books in you this year, I would highly recommend that book, okay? And it helps you to really get the mindset of what it means to be a prospector, to be a cold caller. What does prospecting mean? We're going out and we're looking for gold. We're looking for business, right? So, yes, we all have our marketing going. We're putting stuff out on social media. We've got our networks, right? But all of that, we're waiting for business to come to us. When you're a prospector, when you're a cold caller, you're looking for business. You're going out with your, bag of tools, okay? Which cold calling is your mouth, baby girl. It's your mouth, okay? What are you saying? What is your tone? How are you converting? What is your attitude, right? So I would highly recommend that book. It has literally really formed who I am as a prospector, and it'll really help you. But some things that you have to really make sure you do is you got to make sure that you come up with a schedule for yourself that you're going to commit to, okay? Now, us as realtors, guess what? Life is crazy. right? We may have a client that's flying into town and we've got to meet them. That's the only time they can do it. Or we may have a deal that's like blowing up into 100 pieces and we've got to get on the phone first thing in the morning, right? Like there is going to be things that are going to push your schedule around, right? But you need to have a intentional prospecting schedule, okay? So if you're subscribing to probate leads, if you're getting your leads weekly, you need to have, when are you setting up your leads in the dialer, right? Because you're getting leads. Now you've got to process those leads, put them in the dialer. Then when are you calling these leads? Okay. Me personally, my favorite time to call the leads is between 9 and 11 every day. Personally, that's my favorite time. Okay. In my mentor group, we cold call because we've got people from the West Coast and people from the East Coast. So we actually cold call 4 hours together from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. because obviously people in California aren't calling at 6 a.m. So we've got East Coast and West Coast in one place together, and it's really powerful. But when I'm prospecting by myself, it's normally 9 to 11. Okay. And so you've got to have the mindset is that I'm not just prospecting so that I can get something right this second, right? It does happen. And I hope that we'll be able to see that today when I jump on the phone and we'll just like pop a deal real quick, okay? I usually book 2 appointments a day or I get 2 leads a day, right? When I get on the phones. But this is something day in, day out. It's not something that I do one time. It's something like every day I brush my teeth, every day I put on my makeup, every day I get dressed, right? Because what you're doing is you're filling up your pipeline, okay? Because in real estate, guess what? Newsflash, you're only as good as your last deal. You're only as good as your last deal. So if you don't have a pipeline of deals that are coming in, you're not in a good place. You are going to live feast and famine. Woohoo! I just got a big commission check. Great, congratulations. Pop the champagne. But guess what? Now you're unemployed. You're officially unemployed. So now that big check that you just got, you can't even spend it because now you've got to save that until you get your next deal to come in. And realistically, some deals are quicker, some deals are longer, but you're always 90 days away from your next paycheck in real estate. Okay. So I get on the phone today, I book an appointment today. That money is going to be basically going to happen in March or April, right? You're always 90 days away. So if that's true, then why don't we then make it a habit and we prospect every day? Okay? So that way we never end up without leads. We're just filling up the pipeline, filling up the pipeline, filling up the pipeline. And guess what happens, guys, when you book real estate appointments? Statistically, and it's true for probates, okay? It's true for probate leads. It's served to be true all the years I've been calling them. You book 5 appointments. Out of those 5 appointments, you're gonna get 1 to 2 listings. Get my fingers right. 1 to 2 listings. Okay. 5 appointments, 1 to 2 listings. Okay. Now, could you get more? Sure. But what's gonna happen when you book those 5? One is gonna cancel, complete no-show. One is going to not be qualified. Maybe for whatever reason they can't sell right now, or it's just not a good connection or a vibe, or the property's too far from you, or whatever the case, right? 3 is going to be a future follow up. Somebody that, yes, I am going to sell, but we need more time. We're not ready right now. 3. Okay. And these 2 are going to be your winners. Okay. These 2 are going to be your winners. Now, when your skill set, so people ask me all the time, Carolyn, how many probates do I have to call? How many leads do I have to call to get a deal? Well, it depends. How long does it take you to book 5 appointments? How long does it take you to book 5 appointments? Right? So some markets have a higher pickup rate. My markets have the worst pickup rate. We're like literally at like a 1 or 2%. It's like can't get worse than my market because I'm in a hot market. I'm in a competitive market. But I have people in my group that are at like a 13% contact ratio, right? So they have to contact a lot less people to get a lot less. They have to dial a lot less people to get contacts. I have to dial more people to get more contacts. It's also your skill, right? What is your skill? If you get that, person to answer the phone and you're all mumble jumble, right? You're all, got marbles in your mouth. Guess what? You lost your opportunity. Okay? So like in my group, good morning to Alicia, happy Monday. In my group, we practice role playing every Monday. So today, when we do our probate training today with the group, we do role play. And guess who you're role playing with? Me. Okay. So I'm going to put them through the ringer. And I put them through the ringer because I want them to be ready when somebody gets on the phone. Because you ever hear that Eminem song? One mic? You got one mic, baby girl. You got one mic. Okay. The good news is about probate leads is that we get them every week, right? So if you totally ruin it, I always tell people you can't mess this up. If you have marbles in your mouth and you totally mess up, okay, guess what? You will have another lead to call next week, okay? But you want to get good so that way when you get that opportunity, you can just take your bow and arrow out, shoot, bring it in, book the appointment so that you can get your 5 appointments. Because if you want to do 4 listings a month, that's what my goal is. I like to do 4 listings a month. That's to me, it's a healthy, I can do it myself. I don't need a lot of extra help. But for you, it may be 1 listing a month, 2 listings a month. Okay. So if I want to get 4 listings a month, guess what? I got to book 20 appointments. That's 5 appointments a week, right? Some weeks, maybe you book more. Some weeks, maybe you book less, right? But you want to have a goal in mind of what you need to hit your target. So I always recommend track your numbers. I don't have it with me today, but I do have a sheet that'll literally just say you can make it yourself, make this sheet yourself, and it'll just have, for the week, and it'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you can track it. How many dials did I make? How many contacts did I make? How many appointments did I book? So your goal is, if you want to do it, your goal would be 5 appointments for the week. Then you're going to get 1 to 2 listings. Okay? Make sense, guys? All right. So we're actually going to cold call together. And whoever's here live on Instagram, I apologize. I didn't think this through, but I actually cold call from my cell phone until I get my desk phone back here. So if you want to hang out with me and cold call with me, go over to YouTube, go over to Absolute Top Dollar on YouTube, and that's where I am. Okay, so I'm signing off on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a blessed day. Okay. All right, YouTube, we're still together. Kimberly, yay. Hi, Kimberly. I just saw you there. Good morning. You ready to make some cold calls, Kim? Let's do this. I'll brag on you for a minute. Kim is in my group and never cold called a day in her life. And she has been booking appointments. So proud of her and going on property tours. And she is doing it. She is doing it. She is doing it. I'm very proud of my group. Okay, let's get in here. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in my dialer. Let's get on here. Mariah, good morning. Can I do emojis too? There's my morning face. Smiles. All right, let's get in here. So I am going to be cold calling some leads, some probate leads with you today. And the goal is that we set up a consultation, okay? So we're gonna get in here. So these are actually leads I've never dialed before, okay? Um, I think it actually snowed in Florida last night. Anybody else in Florida here? There's literally frost all on our cars, our grass. It literally looked like snow. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dial into the dialer. This is why I couldn't be on Instagram because I'm literally calling from my phone, so technical difficulties, sorry.
Please enter your PIN number. Your PIN number can be found in the... You are now logged into the Mojo Dialer. Please press the start button on your screen to begin calling.
All right, I'm officially logged in. Woohoo! Let's get something good. Hi, good morning. I was hoping to Yes, good morning. I was hoping to speak with Corin.
This is her.
Good morning, Corin. This is Carolyn Castillo. We were reaching out regarding a pending probate case your family has in Broward County.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We wanted to inquire if the family might be considering selling the property that's in the estate.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where are you calling from?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We're a real estate company that works here in Broward County with families that inherit property either through probate or trust. And we saw that you guys just recently filed January 9th. So we just wanted to give a quick call and see if it might be something your family's considering.
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay. The suspense is killing me. She told me to hold on. All day.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, yes, good morning.
Hello? Hi. Yes. Okay. So you said you're calling from a
Real estate
office.
office,
You
yes,
saw
ma'am.
our paperwork was filed. Okay. So to be clear, we're interested in holding onto the property, not necessarily selling it, but we don't have we're just trying to map out some things with our lawyer.
I see.
So curiosity, where did you receive our contact information from? Just curious.
Yeah, it's probate is a public record. So it is, a filing that is in our, local court system here. So, part of our practice when
Okay.
families, go through this process, just let them know what resources, are available for them locally. But it sounds like what you're saying is you guys are planning to keep the property in the family.
We're just not yeah, I was Corey, you can go ahead, but yeah, I was just gonna say we're not exactly there yet, but it would be good to take your contact information in the meantime.
Yeah, absolutely. And our intention today reaching out is not we know that you're not, going to market like right this second or any means. What we typically do is provide you with our information as a point of contact, and then we do provide a free phone consultation for the family that just basically gives you what the property value would be if you did like a off-market cash offer or if you actually listed it on the market, or even some families are considering renting it. So we just kind of give you like an analysis, and then that way, as you process through this with your family, you guys can, decide if this may be a route you want to take. What's a good email address for you? Okay. Okay. Let me just make sure I got that second one. Did you say the last name was Wilkins? Okay. Okay, perfect. And then, like I said, is we can go ahead and schedule this for you. It's a 15-minute phone consultation. And with that, we'll also provide you with the CMA, the breakdown of what the family would potentially net after the sale or what it would look like to rent it and things like that. Would you have any availability Wednesday morning at around the same time? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Y- Yeah, yeah, not a problem. I mean, I see you're working with Gail Bird out of Parkland, and they're gonna process all of your probate paperwork, such as, getting your admit letters of administration and everything like that. The real estate portion of it, we just kind of work alongside the probate, and obviously at this point, you guys are not, ready to really discuss selling it or moving forward in that fashion. It would just be pure informational. And then after the consultation, then we can follow up accordingly, whether it's 30 days, 60 days, and we can go from there. Are you typically available like in the mornings, like around this time? Okay. Okay, okay. Because like I said, it's totally complimentary and we'll just provide it to you. I could either schedule you for this Wednesday or Friday at 9 a.m. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Do you want to shoot for next Wednesday, 9 a.m.? Okay. Okay. Perfect. I'll set that up. I'm going to send you both an email and confirmation for the appointment. And then is this a good number I could text you on? Okay. All right, great. Well, I appreciate you ladies taking my call this morning, and I'll look forward to speaking with you next week and providing you with that information, and then we can go from there. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. We did it. All right, hold on, guys. But, oh my gosh, we did it, guys. We booked an appointment. First contact, we booked the appointment. I can't find you guys. Where are you? Awesome. First contact, we booked an appointment. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Now, you guys may be saying, Carolyn, is that a legitimate appointment when the lady you asked her, do you guys want to sell, right? She said, we're thinking about keeping it in the family. Well, let me ask you something. If you inherit, and this is a beautiful condo in Fort Lauderdale, okay. If you were inheriting with your siblings, because it sounds like more than one person's involved, right? Because she was even speaking with somebody. She, remember, I kind of scared me a little bit because she was like, who is this? Like 1 minute I always get nervous. Like, is this the police? Am I going down right now? But she basically had another person on the phone with her. And so it sounds like there may be multiple people involved, right? But if you were inheriting a beautiful condo in Fort Lauderdale and you live in New York or New Jersey, tell me who in their right mind is not going to consider keeping that condo? Everybody, okay? But it sounds like there's multiple people involved, right? And what comes with condos, guys? I don't know if it has a mortgage, right? When we get to the point where we're talking about the consultation, I'll get into some of those more intimate details about the condo. Um, but what I know for 1,000% is that that condo guaranteed has a HOA that is going to be anywhere minimum is $600 a month minimum. And the where I see this condo is located, very likely it could be as high as $1,000 a month. Okay. So the family is going to have to make some serious financial investments if they want to keep this condo, which is possibly paying the HOA every month, paying the utilities every month, right? And if there's multiple people involved, how do they go about that? Is everybody chipping in? Like, what's the process? So, what we do is we're not pressuring people to market, right? We're not pressuring them to say they want to list the property. We're positioning ourselves as a guide. We're positioning ourselves as a person that is providing value, right? So when I speak with them, I'm going to do the research and I'm going to give them what cash offer would be, what a listing offer would be, and what the rentals would be, right? And by this, I'm giving them the information. Once we get into the consultation with them, then I'll be able to find more about the nitty gritty, right? Now, remember, we're going for 5 appointments. So could this one be an unqualified one? Sure, it could be. Okay. Or could this one be a future listing? It could be. Okay. So we went ahead and we took the chance. You also saw in there, if you noticed, I asked for the appointment first time. They denied me. Okay. She was like, no, we prefer to wait, a couple months. Very important in probate calls, guys. You gotta push through. Okay. So, how easy is it for us as a realtor to be like, oh, sure, you want me to call you at the end of February? Sure, not a problem. That's the weak route, right? That's the easy way out. Okay. We're not going to do that because guess what's going to happen between now and the end of February? Every single investor, realtors that make it their business to do the same thing as me, they're going to be reaching out to this woman and they will be more aggressive than me and they will book the deal and the lady will never answer my follow-up call again. But since I persisted on scheduling that appointment, that's going to allow me to get into her inbox, provide her value, and develop some rapport and relationship with her to put me in a position where then I can possibly be the one that actually services her. So don't be afraid to ask a second time, to push a little bit harder. Was I scared? Yes, I was scared. Okay. Was I nervous when I was asking for that second appointment? Like the lady would be like, I already told you. Yes, I was. But I'm more scared of never getting the opportunity to get her into an appointment again. That's what I'm more scared about. Okay. So, that was cool. Woohoo! I'm glad we were able to get some live action. So bear with me a second here. Let me go ahead and just jot in my notes, okay? And if anybody has any questions that's live, because I think we do have some live people. Lydia's here. Let's go, girly. Put it in the chat. Talk amongst yourselves, okay? Let me write this up real quick. Five. Yeah, we set it up for next Wednesday, the 28th. Did I say 9 a.m.? I think I did. I always like to schedule it for when we're already on the phone, because they picked up around this time, so hence is that you should be available around this time, right? And then let me just put in their emails and I'm done and we'll go on to the next one. Nope, I'm still dialing. And get the other one. It's hard when siblings own property together, because the bills got to be paid. You know what I mean? And not everybody, how do you split it up? And a lot of times the burden ends up falling on one sibling more than any of the others. So it's not usually ideal for siblings, unless that's part of the plan, right? And say, hey, it's a property taxes alone in Florida. Ooh-wee. Now, Ron DeSantis supposedly is going to be hooking it up, and we may actually get to the point where there's no property taxes in Florida. And if that happens, we're about to have a gold rush in Florida. And I'm all about it because that would literally change so many people's lives. Um, all right, I'm back in the dialer. Back in the dialer. Oh, I'm paused. Resume. Back in the dialer. Once you get the listing, how do you follow the case
Automated voice messaging system.
with the court of the attorney?
5, 8.
So you can, Mariah, you're in Orlando. Yeah, so you could just go onto the court, what is it? Orlando's Orange County. You just go on the clerk of courts for Orange County, and you will just see, like, you in Florida they don't allow us to see like the intimate details, like you can't look at the documents, but you can look at what's happening in the case, like you see when it was filed, when they asked for the order determining homestead,
Forwarded to an automated
when
voice
they
messaging
got the
system.
order determining homestead,
Nine,
when they got
five,
their
four.
letters of administration. You can actually see like the log of the case. So it's really good. You don't really need that before you call the people. But if you want to be like butter on toast, then when you do the consultation, you can be like, yes, I was reviewing your case and it looks like you already have been issued your letters of administration, right? Like it makes you look like that, very polished professional, which we know the investors aren't going to take the time. Yes, good morning. I was hoping to speak with Naomi. This is Carolyn Castillo. We were reaching out, sir, regarding a pending probate case she has in Broward County.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We wanted to inquire if the family might be considering selling the property that's in the estate.
Yeah, we already have that under control. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I see that you are just Oh, yes. I was just gonna say, sir, we did notice that you did set up your he hung up on me. Well, he said, yeah, we already got that under control. And then he hung up, but I'm gonna leave him. I'm probably gonna leave this guy in the dialer. I just looked, it doesn't show that he's listed or anything. Um, we'll catch him on the flip side and ask him a little bit deeper. He didn't say like, oh, I have a realtor or whatever. Give it a shot.
This is Matt. Kindly leave a message and I will get back to you shortly.
Real person. I don't know if you guys could hear when my dog barked, but like weird stuff like that. Weird stuff like that will make
Please leave your message for 95.
stuff like that will make people lose trust like in 1 second and hang up. So like that first like on
This is not in service.
that
Please
first
press the number and dial again.
like maybe 10 seconds, as silly as that may sound, right? Literally in the first 10 to 20 seconds, if there's anything sketch about you, like a barking dog, like doesn't sound the most professional, right? Or hi, I was hoping to yes, good morning. I was hoping to speak with Christopher.
No, this is in Christopher's number. Who's calling?
This is Carolyn Castillo. We were reaching out in regards to a pending probate case he has in Broward County.
Probate case.
Yes, for the estate of Marjorie Scott. Okay. Are you affiliated with the family, ma'am, or is this a totally wrong number?
What family?
We are hoping to get in touch with Christopher Chung.
No, never heard of him. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Could have did that quicker, lady. But yeah, that first like 10, 20 seconds, you want to be very diligent. Like as soon as somebody says hello, you want to be like, hello, hi, is this Bob? Hey Bob, right? If you have any gap in your connection, or if you're like fumbling, like they will lose trust, right? Instantly, because think about it. Who am I? Just a stranger on a cold call, right? Like how quickly will people hang up on you? So I always tell when I'm training people how to cold call, that first immediate 10, 20 seconds is so crucial because people just by the tone of your voice will hang up on you. If they feel like you're kind of like sound a little sketch, they'll just hang up on you. And when I had multiple people calling the same leads, so we had like a team of like 10 people, they're all calling the same leads. And so you would see that some agents, they would, hi, good morning. Some agents would get hung up on, instantly they would get hung up on. and then somebody else would call that same number and they would book an appointment with them. So
Been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're
it
trying to reach is
proved,
not available.
you know, my
At the tone,
theory
please
that
record your message.
people are gonna feel a type of way when they get on the phone with you, you know? They're either gonna trust you instantly or they're gonna distrust you instantly, you know? So it's very, very important, like your atmosphere, what's going on around you, be quiet, professional. As soon as they answer, really get onto it quickly. Some tricks of the trade, guys. Mm. Does anybody know how long I've been here? I think I got on at 9. So we'll stay on for a little bit more. Let's see if we can book another one. Let's see if we can book another call, guys. Money in the bank. Keep your pipeline full.
Has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished. You've been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 95454.
Did anybody get the new update for Apple? Seems kind of cool. Hi, new to probate. What dollar are you using? Hey, Antonia, happy you're here. Mojo. Using Mojo. There was a brief time in my life where I went over to Call Tools. But other than that, I've literally been with Mojo probably like a solid 10 years. They're pretty tried and true. And you can call 3 people at one time. You could set up campaigns. I always tell people if you don't have a CRM, because you know a CRM is so important in real estate. Yeah, you're welcome, no problem. A CRM is so important because guess what? Like we make calls, we got to follow up with people, we got to book appointments. You know, think about the people that, you know, you get off the dialer that say, yes, they want to sell.
Call has been forwarded.
Yes,
to
they're
voicemail.
interested.
The person
And then you call them back and they don't answer, right? Well, if you don't have some way of like tracking those people, trust me, they will fall through the cracks, okay? And that's like the worst thing that can happen in your pipeline is that you're spending this, you know, hard work, you know, making your cold calls, prospecting, finding contacts, and then you don't follow up. And I have seen so many agents do that. I've done that myself. So don't think I'm above the law here, okay?
if you record your name and reason.
I have definitely done that. But I've seen a lot of agents do that too, you know? So that's the cool thing about Mojo
293
is that it'll be a database for you too.
The person you called has a voicemail.
Tricks you think they picked up. Yeah, so you could set appointments, you could actually send emails out of here. Good morning, I was hung up. Come on, give me another one. Give me another one. Oh my gosh, it literally just logged me out. Are you serial? Are you actually serial? All right, we're gonna go back in here for just a couple more minutes, okay? And I'm gonna be logging off at 10, okay? So we got 8 minutes and Yes, good things can happen in 8 minutes, 100%. So let's go back in the dialer. So yeah, with Mojo, you gotta dial into their server. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then it asks you to
Please enter your PIN number.
put in a PIN,
You are now logged into the Mojo Dollar.
and now you're logged in.
On your screen to begin calling.
Let me take a take a selfie here.
Been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
Take a selfie. Anybody in the chat, what is your ladies' experience with cold calling? Is you guys are cold callers or never cold called, or talk to me. Also, for anybody that's on here, tomorrow night is the Real Deal Talk, okay? So if you haven't been or you are a faithful member, definitely be there, okay? I'll get the link here for you, just in case you're not already in it to win it. So the Real Deal Talk is where we get together with probate realtors, probate enthusiasts worldwide, okay? As I'm believing that probate is a global experience, right? Because people are passing away all over the place. And most people, that's the link, guys. You can click on that to sign up for the Real Deal Talk. Most people that pass away do have a house. And when a house is inherited by, multiple brothers and sisters, it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to keep the house. Hi.
Hello, and thank you for calling Wise Building Technology.
Okay. And so we're an alignment where we get together. I normally teach something about probate with the group, and then we just talk live with each other. It's in a Zoom, and we can connect with other probate realtors and just learn and grow together in probate and really create a. Yes, good morning. I was hoping to speak with Victoria.
Oh, you got the wrong number.
Oh, okay, sir. We were reaching out in regards to the estate of Elaine Stone.
No, you got the wrong number.
I gotcha. Thank you, sir. Have a nice
What
day.
are you looking for?
It was this number 304-3612. I
Yeah, that's my number, but
apologize.
the only thing is the prefix. The prefix mine's 845, but I'm not sure what your prefix is.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate that. Have a nice day.
Yes, you too.
Wrong number. And also,
5558.
another announcement is if you want to get connected with me, you want to take a probate class, okay? I am hosting.
Envió al buzón de voz. La persona con la que intentas comunicar.
I'm hosting a master class. I'm going to put this in the chat as well, okay? I'm hosting a master class, and this is a 4-hour master class live with yours truly, okay? And I am going to be taking you through every single part of the probate process. So we're going to be breaking down.
Hello.
Good morning. Yes, I was hoping to speak with Judith.
Yes.
Good morning, Judith.
Okay.
Yes, this is Carolyn Castillo. We were reaching out, ma'am, regarding a pending probate case your family has in Broward County.
Pending what?
Probate case, ma'am, in Broward County for the estate of Mr. Joseph Welsh.
Uh-huh.
We just wanted to inquire, ma'am, if the family may be considering selling the property that's in the estate.
No, not for a while.
Oh, okay, I understand. Is it something you may consider like after probate is finalized or further down the road?
Oh, way further down the road, like a year or two.
Oh, gotcha.
Nothing, yeah, nothing urgent.
I see, I see. All right. Well, we appreciate you taking our call. Thank you and have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm gonna pause with that one. So just to give you a background, why I got a little like squeamish, because the last name of the personal representative, which is who I was reaching out to, and then the last name of the decedent was the same last name. And the address of where the decedent lived, and then the address of the personal representative was the same. So 9 times out of 10, what do you think that means? It was probably their spouse, right? So even though I still call the spouses, people ask me that all the time, like, do you call spouses or do you remove them from the list? No, I call them, okay? And I do ask the question, but sometimes I do feel a little apprehensive because it's a little just different dynamic when, your husband or your wife passes away. Whereas most of the families that we call, it's like not that close of that relationship. And most spouses, like exactly what the lady said. She says, I probably will sell, but it won't be until about a year from now. So if you've got good follow-up skills, you could take that lead and you could put it on a long-term follow-up plan for like 1 year and almost treat it like, depending on how you treat it, but almost treating it like a cold call, like just putting that lady on a list and then cold calling her about 9 months from now, a year from now, and just being like, hey, I was just giving you a quick call. I was looking at some homes in this area and I wanted to find out if you might be thinking about selling the house. You don't mention that she inherited it or that her spouse had passed away. You just reach out like a straight cold call, and that would be a pretty hot list that you would build for yourself over time, right? So that's what I love about probate leads. There's so many ways to slice it and dice it. You can get business today. You can book appointments today. You can get future business, future follow-ups. It's really a wonderful lead source. So I hope this was fun, guys. Okay. And I'm glad that we were able to literally book an appointment right out the gates. Okay. So, congratulations to us on that. And, like I said, get connected. If you don't already have my probate script, you can download it at the Stand Store as well. I'm putting here all of my links. I think if you get one link, then it'll link you to the other stuff, but just in case, where's my script? Da, da, da. Okay, for some reason, I cannot copy the link of my script to get my free script. But when you go to the Stand Store and then you just look at the other products somehow, you're going to see you could download my script and you're going to see the script that I use today on the call is the exact script that I'm giving you. So you've got my script. So get on the phone, make your calls. I would love to meet you at the Real Deal Talk, pretty much face to face. It is virtual, but we get to see each other. Okay. I'd love to meet you. I'd love for you to introduce yourself on the Real Deal Talk. And if you're interested in getting serious about probate in 2026, do not hesitate about taking my probate masterclass. It's a 4-hour masterclass, and we break down everything you need to know about probate and trust real estate, how to find the deals, how to contact the probate leads, not just through cold calling. I'm going to give it all to you, all the ways you can do it. Then I'm going to tell you the exact probate sales process, right? So, hey, we booked the appointment. How do I get all the way to closing? What are the steps from cold call all the way to closing? Okay. And then we are going to do 2 live probate case studies together. So I'm going to be able to show you, the listing agreement that I took with them, the situation with the family, the situation. Yes, Lydia, thank you for asking that. If you are in the mentorship group, you get into the masterclass for free, okay? And it's already on the calendar inside a school, okay? So if you're part of my mentorship group, you don't pay extra for the masterclass. It is included, and I do this monthly. If you're not a part of my mentorship, it is a one-time payment of $500. And you may say to yourself, oh my gosh, $500. Guys, I promise you, I literally lay out the entire business to you, okay, of exactly what you need to do, how to find the leads, how to go about it, how to charge the customers, how to prepare the houses for sale. And then I show you the real documentation, the listing agreements, the court order, the communication with the attorney, the communication with the executor, the closing statement, how everything went down in the real world. Okay. And then that mentorship, that masterclass comes with a one-on-one with me. And that's where I'm going to be able to help you put into practice immediately how to start doing this in your local market, and looking forward to creating a long lasting relationship with you so that we can rise up probate realtors all over the world that can shine a light in this dark space. Okay, guys, love you. Be blessed. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I will be posting the replay. I think it's on Thursday we post it. But super excited to do this with you guys live and kind of take the fog out of the mirror about making cold calls. We're just calling people and we're connecting and we're scheduling appointments. Okay. So thank you guys so much. Antonia, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Okay. Bye.